Brisket, baby! Oh yeah. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today I had to work. Where's that sun? There we go. I had to work. Didn't get a day off, so I couldn't fish. So I decided to do something else. I'm smoking me a brisket. Check this out. Oh man, that is so good looking. About 2 hours in, I'm doing the Texas hot method or some nonsense like that. Should take about 5-6 hours. Right about a 10-pound brisket. 2 hours in, yeah. I got a coffee cocoa with some barbecue seasoning rub on it. I'm gonna see how this turns out. I'll get back to you. All right, so part 2, brisket. I've reached a internal temp. Kind of seems to be stalling out on the point side, which is obviously the thicker part, right around 165. So I think I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna wrap it in foil, put it back on there, and see if I can get that temp to come up to around 205. That'll be my goal. And then the last part will be to wrap it in a towel, put it in a cooler, let it rest for an hour. So I'm gonna leave it go for a little bit longer, see if I can get that temp come up past 160, 165, and then I'm gonna wrap it in foil, and I'll show you that just a little bit. All right, so I definitely stalled 160, 165. We're looking at 165 here on the flat, and in the middle of this point, looking at about 160. Out here on the tips and the edges, 170. So it seems to not want to increase, so time to wrap this. And I'm gonna put it back on, try and get that temp up to around 205. And then I'm gonna wrap it, towel, throw it in a cooler for an hour, let it rest. And I'll show you that next. All right, so wrapped, aluminum foil, back on the grill. I'll let the cover off, let this heat up a bit, and yeah, I'm gonna try and get that sucker up to 205 and then into the cooler. We'll see how it turns out. All right, so cooler back there, yeah. She's finishing off, just about done. Got roasted peppers already took in. I got some zucchini, some mushrooms, kebabbed up, marinated. They're finishing up, and I'll show you what's happening over there in just a second. All right, folks, so I got the internal temp up to 205, give or take. I wrapped it in a towel, and I put the brisket in this cooler. Let's see what it looks like when I open it up. Ooh, that's warm. That's real warm coming out of there. All right, I'm gonna throw it on that tray, take it inside, unwrap it, see how we did. All right, so we got it inside. Time for the unveiling. I'm gonna wrap this sucker. See how we look. Oh my God, she's hot. Ooh, look at all that juice. Oh my goodness. Got the flat, got the point. I'm gonna cut into this and show you guys what I come up with. All right, so here we have it. Here's a few slices of the flat. Not quite as tender as I hoped. Look at this point. Oh my goodness. Roasted veg. pepper. I don't think it's too bad for my first try. And we got all of that juice. Oh my goodness. It's time to feast. This is beef, but remember, stay fishing. So to wrap things up, I hooked up the grill, indirect heat. I did some Texas hot and fast method. You want the temp to be around 375 to 400. You want the internal temp to come up of the meat to actually come up to 165, 175, somewhere in there. There's plenty of videos that you can, find on YouTube to help you with the exact temperatures and everything. Once it gets to that temperature, I've found with the videos I've been watching that the meat tends to stall with heating. So when it starts to stall, that's when you want to wrap it in either butcher paper or aluminum foil. Put it back on the grill, get it stoked back up again, bring that heat up. You want that heat of the meat internal temperature to get to around 205. When it gets to 205, then you want to pull it off. You want to take and wrap that in a towel and put it in a cooler. Leave it in the cooler for an hour at least. Let it rest. I pulled that meat out of the cooler. It was very hot, burned my hands. So you could actually leave it in there longer than that hour, hour and a half. I don't know, plenty of videos on YouTube about it. I'm just showing you my experience with it, and it turned out delicious. There's so much juice. It was so just savory. The rub that I put on there with the coffee and the cocoa, it just seemed to enhance that beef flavor. It was unbelievable. So yeah, so that was my first take on bug. We have fans, look, stink bugs. So that was my first take on doing a brisket on the grill. It turned out delicious. I can't say anything else about it. So try it. I don't have a Weber, I don't have a huge grill, but I was able to do indirect with this little guy here, and it worked out fantastic. So as always, stay fishing. Shout out Vibe Tribe. And maybe the next video will actually be fishing instead of cooking beef. Stay tuned. I want to thank everyone for watching. If you like my video, hit that thumbs up button and please subscribe. I'll have many more to come. Remember, stay fishing.